Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Minorities Podcast, your home for not-so-expert analysis, plenty of shit-talking, and crazy, crazy comebacks. After this guy's first time appearing on the podcast, his team goes nuts. So, I'm your host and resident Titans fan, JC. Joining me this week are...
the heroes, the new heroes. Tom couldn't do it last week. Chicken wing.
Yeah, I'm not a 49ers fan, but I do believe that they're going to be the heroes. I'm kind of with that. I'm just here watching my Giants just wreck shit in the playoffs. They're just happy to be here and just fucking shit up. So, yeah.
Good evening. DJ here, victorious Cowboys fan. It's been 30 goddamn years and we finally did it. We made it. Go Cowboys. And Phil joining in.
Oh, Phil, my God. It was close to me wondering if you were going to appear this week, but there you are after that hell of a win. So
There he is.
Yeah. We're going to talk all about the wild card weekend. Bit of sporting news, a couple of NFL hires here and there on the GM side of things, and make some little last-minute predictions for the divisional round. Rob was supposed to be on to give us an end-of-season report card for his Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but he's not here. Don't know if he fell asleep. Don't know if he's still trying to figure out if Tom Brady is going to have a career after this or not. Who knows? But
we know what happened. We know what happened.
So we might either give our own version of a Tampa Bay report card for him or wait till he's back next week for him to give it. We'll see. So anyway, as far as our bracket challenge goes, how do we do for the wild card weekend? DJ was a perfect 6-0. Rob, Phil, Nori, and myself were all 5-1, and Chicken Wing was 4-2. So DJ's got 24 points. Rob, Phil, Nori, myself have 20, and Chicken Wing has 16 points. So it is wildcard weekend. It is the playoffs. So let's kind of go through the games as they happened. Not in full detail, but something we should talk about. And we're going to start with Chicken Wing on this one because his Niners were up in the first wildcard game of the weekend against the Seahawks. I'll start by saying this. How worried were you, Chicken Wing, when your Niners were losing at halftime?
Yeah.
Yes, DJ knows the amount of stress I was going through.
Stay with your chest, bitch.
At the damn... What the hell? Baby shower. That's right. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
That place. And the moment we had that fumble recovery, I told him, I looked at him dead in the face. I said, it's over. That's it. That's all they needed was that one turnover. And sure enough, they just ran away with it.
Yep. Anything that really stood out from you? There's one interesting stat about this game. Geno Smith is the only quarterback in the league that played 100% of his team's offensive snaps.
I did not know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. Huh.
Regular season and playoffs.
Huh.
He's the only one that played all the offensive snaps the entire season. So,
how about that?
Yeah.
Geno the God.
Yeah, right.
Well,
but I will say, looking back on the season now, the Seahawks are set up pretty nicely. I think Geno's found a home. They're set up pretty nicely in the draft thanks to the trade with the Broncos.
So what don't they pick top 5 or top 10, right?
They're going to get the number 5 pick because that's part of the Russell Wilson trade that they're going to get from Denver. So
yeah, they have don't have a decade worth of first round picks because of fucking Russell Wilson.
Probably.
I mean, he's not wrong.
And to be fair, Denver did not play much better as soon as Hackett was gone. So I think Hackett was the problem, and then everybody was blaming Russell.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be something. Well, we're going to get into that discussion a bit because some Tom Brady rumors out there might be affecting that division too. Will be worth discussing as well. So, but yeah, Chicken Wing, glad you can breathe a little bit easier. Your Niners advanced, and we'll talk a little bit more about them in a bit too. So, now keeping up with going in order here, Phil. Something about your Jaguars on Saturdays, huh?
I guess. They say Trevor has never lost on Saturday. His high school or college career.
So he's never lost on Saturday. So I'm hoping we have a Super Bowl Saturday this year.
That's not happening.
One thing that really is crazy is we kind of all knew who was going to win this weekend. We all picked better than 60%, and still every single game was just total excitement. Every single one of them was no, except for the last one, but they were all pretty dang good games. I was content at halftime. I was like, well, we weren't supposed to be here. We got here. Huge turnaround. I was ready to say, okay. I didn't turn the channel, but I lost some faith. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I was just shocked by the poise. I don't see how really anyone does that. How do you get in your own head and just fall apart when your first playoff appearance, you've just thrown 4 picks, 5 total turnovers, and how do you not just turn into mush? But Trevor didn't do it, and the whole team just they all still believed it. They didn't stop passing. They kept on passing, and probably some credit to the Chargers being the Chargers for sure. But it was amazing.
Ask Atlanta when they played the Patriots a couple years ago.
I'm telling you, if Matt Ryan were
Yeah,
watching
ask
this game,
the Colts.
PTSD. Telling you.
when they played Minnesota earlier this year.
Telling you, PTSD.
Yeah. Are any of y'all surprised that Brandon Staley still has a job?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, God.
I mean, how? I mean,
He's not
look,
a
if
bad
this was,
coach.
if
He's
this
just
was,
not the guy for that franchise. I don't think he's a bad coach at all.
No, it's
if
He's
this
not the
is
guy.
early in the season, then I can understand. All right, it's early in the season, but this is the playoffs. You're up by 27.
why you
and
still
you
calling
can't
pass
get
plays,
that
you know?
home?
Yeah. So
Yes, Austin Eckler still plays football. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he still plays football. Yeah. Okay.
Well, they
So I don't
scored
know.
24 points in the first half, but good thing they fired the defensive coordinator. So
well, I figured
Yeah.
like okay,
Exactly. Brilliant.
he completely mishandled the Mike Williams thing week 18. Shouldn't have been out there, you know. Or
No,
if he was going to be out
no.
there, just throw quick out routes. You don't need this game, right? He gets hurt, done for the playoffs, fractured vertebrae or whatever it was, right? And then you have the lead on Jacksonville. And, you know,
Yes, happened.
one thing we've learned about Jacksonville this season, you never count them out. And
Correct.
but why,
That's
with
true.
that such a big lead, are you not running the ball, calling more running plays with that big lead to kind of waste the clock? You know, you
What the fuck?
don't want to give Trevor Lawrence a chance. And on top of that, Cameron Dicker was automatic at Texas, probably missed his first field goal ever. And it was like, wow, if that is happening, things are just going Jacksonville's way. So, but Phil, I got to ask you about Maurice Jones-Drew.
He called it. Did you see that?
Yes, you sent me the video.
Yeah. Yeah, Maurice Jones-Drew, for those of you who didn't see it, came on at halftime, says Jaguars are coming back. They're going to win in the field goal in the last seconds. He called it down to the play, and it's funny because he's been picking against the Jaguars every game. I think it's just because it's been streaking for him, and he even picked them against this game, but he called that one. One thing I was very surprised with I'm still surprised with this week is Joey Bosa. His comments after the fact, I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah,
He didn't help himself after that either. It's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have lost my cool. But he barely took any kind of credit or of the blame for what he did. He set him up for that 2-point conversion.
yeah,
Doug Peterson said he would not have gone for it if they didn't push up to the 1-yard line.
yeah. If he doesn't get that penalty, this game is going to overtime. I mean, I'm still convinced of that. But was there a little blame on the ref in this one? Because when you see the video of it, Bosa looks like he just says something like in frustration. And the ref kind of walks after him trying to get in his face, like trying to egg him on. What is he going to tell me, whatever? And then he throws the flag.
yeah, it's the NFL playoffs. There's always a little bit of blame on the ref.
Yeah,
They suck.
but it's just
Yeah.
that's just a
That's a
little
lot
weird
of
to me.
calls.
Like, I get it as a ref. players are going to say something. Like, I don't know what he said. If he's mic'd up, I don't know if it was something racial, says something about the guy's mama. I have no idea. But I don't think there's any excuse for a ref to follow up after a player, get in his face angrily, and entice him so that he could throw a flag on him. You know?
Well, before that, he already had one unsportsmanlike call against him 15 yards. That was his second one for the game. So he may have already put himself in that position as well. So I don't know how much of that. I mean, you can put someone on the ref for like, hey, what'd you say, motherfucker? And then I'm throwing this flag. But he also was out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah, he basically melted down, and that's
Still, though, he wasn't a threat. He wasn't swinging at people. He walked away and screamed. So why are you chasing him?
Yeah. So
I agree. Yeah, 100%.
Good point. Yeah.
Like it's words at this point. Like he's not in somebody's face threatening them. Like it's just words.
That was his first one, wasn't it? I think it was his first one because the second one was the helmet slam. That's the one that gave him the 2-point.
They called 2 penalties there, right? Because it was whatever he said and then slamming the helmet on the field. And yeah, that basically put the ball on the half-yard line for the 2-point conversion. So, you know. Shout out Jags, but I gotta. Well, when we get to that game for the next round, we'll see where Phil's confidence is on this one. So, up next, let's see. We had. Well, I can get my screen back there. There was Buffalo hosting Miami. Dolphins put up a bigger fight than I thought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Buffalo, this might have served as the wake-up call for the Bills. We'll see, right? Next game. Nori, your Giants.
I was confident in this game, man.
I think a lot of people were.
We all were.
Yeah, I know we all were.
Man.
So,
I mean, it's a mixture of things. A mixture of Minnesota choking in the playoffs, and the Giants' defense has never all played 100% together like all year. We started off with Kayvon Thibodeau hurt, and then Azeez Ojulari was missing, and then Xavier McKinney hurt himself. And then, like, we never had everybody healthy. I'm like, all right. Like, it reminded me of, not that they're going to win this year, but it reminded me of 2007 when they went up against the Patriots and, like, barely lost. And they're like, hold on. We can hang with this team. We could beat them. Imagine, like, next time. And that's how the vibes I got for Minnesota. Even though the refs tried so hard to finger us during the game.
Oh, that roughing the pass, Carl? That was bullshit. Yeah.
The roughing the pass was horrible.
So ridiculous.
Horrible. And then Kayvon Thibodeau never got one single holding call against them. Like, he was arm wrestled the entire half the game. He was arm wrestled. I mean, or headlocked. And they never once called holding. This is kind of wild. Despite that, still won. And I love it. I'm a happy Nori.
I don't know if y'all caught this at all or saw it, read it, whatever. Michael Parsons was watching the Giants and Vikings game, and he literally said the same thing you just said, Nori. He's basically saying whoever their guard is who was on Thibodeau, he basically said he was doing wrestling moves on him the whole game. And nobody's calling anything. It was crazy.
It was kind of wild to me, man.
Yeah. Like, I know they let stuff go more in the playoffs, but yeah, some of that shit's ridiculous. So,
I mean, seriously, you can't tackle the guy. Oh, that's not holding. It's fine. What do you mean?
But yeah, hey, Giants came out with a better game plan. It really didn't stray too far from the game plan they had not too long ago. Christmas Eve, I believe the game was. Mm-hmm. It's just that they had more talent, were healthier, and then they had the final. They were able to win the 1-possession game this time around. Mm-hmm. The Vikings again in the playoffs. Probably won the division, but I think we said at the beginning of the season, if the Vikings get the playoffs, they're probably going to lose the first game they play. So, for sure.
We're frauds, man.
Cincy in Baltimore, and jeez. First of all, Baltimore, Lamar Jackson basically taking himself out of the game, says, yeah, I'm not playing. I'm not healthy.
Good for him.
Yeah. And so for anyone that got out there, I forget who it was that said it, just put a brace, or Michael Vick, there we go. Michael Vick said, hey, it's the playoffs. Put a brace on it and get out there. Fuck you, no?
Yeah.
So ask RG3 how that went. Yeah.
RG3 defended him all week, and I'm glad he did, because that's exactly what RG3 did to derail his entire career.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's like what did Michael Vick tear his ACL in the preseason one year? Getting paid all that money, being on the cover of Madden. Why aren't you putting any brace on to get out there? You know?
Yeah, put a brace on and get out there, Mike. You got
Yeah,
it. You got it,
so-
Mike Vick. Get on out there, buddy.
No. Is this it for Lamar Jackson in Baltimore?
No. Well, in Baltimore,
Yeah.
well, I maybe
Well,
because
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
I think
Unless they
he,
throw the bank at him.
I think so.
What's that, Phil?
Unless they throw the bank at him.
But they don't want to.
even know,
Baltimore's
man.
never done that. You know, the last time they did that, that Joe Flacco guy had that work out for them.
They got a
So-
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
After
yeah.
the fact.
No,
After.
thank you, Mike. Thank you. That's the point. After the fact, they did not get what they paid for. They overpaid. Now, are you going to overpay Lamar Jackson? No, because
Yes, they are.
when he's healthy. No, what I'm saying is I don't think it's possible to overpay Lamar Jackson because I think when he's healthy, he's a top 5 quarterback. So I think
Yeah.
you should throw a lot of money at them, but I think they're going to hesitate because in their eyes, they already did that with Joe Flacco and they don't want to get burned, but they're stupid. And I hope they throw a blank check at him. I don't think they will. And I think Lamar starts shopping around to other teams who will want him because he's not on the contract anymore.
Well, Lamar
No,
has said
I'm
he
saying
wasn't
they're gonna franchise tag him. They're not gonna let him go.
Okay, well,
That'll
even
be-
if they
Oh,
tag
man.
him,
Hey,
I could see
franchise
Lamar
tag
not
him,
signing
that-
the tender.
that's
That's the
done.
thing. So
That'll be at
Exactly.
least 25
Yeah,
million.
that's done.
yeah, it's a weird situation for him. You know, obviously before the season he wanted a fully guaranteed contract, 100% guaranteed. But the
Yeah, like
hang up,
Deshaun
I think,
Watson.
was why Baltimore was hesitant to it, and this season proves why. He's an injury risk, big time. You know, and
I don't know if I agree with that.
well,
When was the last time he was hurt like this?
I feel
He's
like
played in the league
hurt.
4 or 5 years?
I feel like he's hurt at some point every season. You know,
For a game or two, my man.
Yeah,
That's it.
But
But he
when
played
you're
in
in a
all these
contract
playoffs.
year, the worst thing that can happen to you in a contract year is a season-ending injury, which is in essence what happened to him. You know, and I don't know if teams are going to be wary of that. I'm not saying it's going to be like the Carlos Correa scrutiny, but they're going to be wanting to know what his rehab is and extensive physicals or whatever. Baltimore, yes, could franchise tag him if he doesn't sign a long-term deal, but Lamar could hold out, sit out, demand a trade, you know, not take it. You know, that there's a lot of power he has in that, you know? So
The Browns gave Deshaun $230 million.
Yep.
So what does that make them worth? I mean, double that, triple it. I mean, that's the same division, and Cleveland's not going to win anything for a long time.
yeah.
So it's, I think he's going to be the highest paid quarterback in history with his next signing.
But is it going
It's
to be
probably going to be
Baltimore?
Baltimore. I think it's going to be Baltimore.
Who else might make him play for him if the franchise and trade? Who do you think might
Anybody.
trade for him? 'Cause
Anybody
there's
who's a
lot to give
quarterback
it.
ready to win for a title, the
I
Colts.
mean, the
fucking-
Raiders, there was all the talk about Tom Brady going to the Raiders potentially. I mean, if they can't do that, I mean, Lamar Jackson, if he's available, I definitely see them doing something for Lamar Jackson. Because look at all the other weapons they already have.
Yeah,
I think what you got to look at is conference. They're going to send them out of the AFC first. So
for sure.
the NFC quarterback needy team is going to be the first teams that will look at them that actually have cap space. Because you're right, Lamar's going to want money, but Lamar's going to he's also going to want to play off with a contender. So there's that. That's how I'm looking at it. But I personally think that Baltimore is going to franchise him first.
I'd like to see him go to either the Raiders or Detroit.
Holy shit! If you went to Detroit,
I mean, that's not a bad option, you know. And the Jets aren't exactly sold. I know that's inside the same conference. The Jets aren't sold on what they have, even though they probably should be.
They have Mike goddamn White. What do you
I
mean
know.
they're not sold?
That-
Can't
that
even
was-
get his last-
thank you, Nori. Thank you. Thank you.
It's like JC's new to the show.
No, I know they have that, but how are they managing that? They're still talking about Zach Wilson being there, you know. So
No, they have to talk about Zach Wilson being there. They have to.
He's there.
So,
Well, at this point, is Miami to start shopping for quarterback? I think they do. I think Tua. I don't think he's coming back. I mean, it's concussions. He's not just injury prone. I mean, he's like potentially like dangerously, like literally injury prone with these concussions. Get Parkinson's at age 28 if he's not careful.
Yeah.
And even then, he was injury prone before he even came to the NFL.
He was. Yeah, he was injured when he was at Alabama.
Well,
He was,
we
yeah,
take a
but-
risk on from one injury prone player to another, and then there's that gamble.
Concussions is a whole other thing. I mean, just look at Antonio Brown. Night and day what his career was before he took that one hit, and how he acted and stuff.
That's true.
I mean, he was a little. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Other side of this game, though, is Cincinnati. That was not their best game. It was probably their ugliest win. And basically got bailed out on a horrible quarterback sneak call that gets taken back 98 yards for a touchdown. So
I don't even know what was happening there.
Yeah.
I really don't.
So here's my take on that. You got the same kind of thing with the Bills Miami game, and it's division rivalry. It's what it is. They know each other really well, and they can play to their weaknesses or play to their own strengths or other team's weaknesses, and I think that's what it is. That's why I'm actually thinking the Giants might have a chance next week in Philly. I'm not sure they're going to do it, but I think they're going to a better chance than if you were playing a non-division team.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
I agree with that.
Finally, the Monday night game. It was a minority matchup. Rob isn't here to talk about his Bucks, but DJ, you're here to talk about your Cowboys. Yes, the talk.
Yeah, man.
Prescott was on an interception streak.
Shit.
But this had to be a game of mixed emotions for you because, yes, the offense was playing great. The kicker, not so much.
Oh my God, man.
What's that Brian McKnight song? One, you like a dream come true. Sorry, my bad.
First of all, the
Yeah,
better
you did, man.
the better one is the TikTok with Selena. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. So,
Hey,
The amount of
I am
yelling.
welcome to all jokes, seriously, because I'll start there. So he missed the first one. I'm like, all right, it is what it is. There's playoff nerves. It's fine.
yeah.
He missed the second. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Let me
Okay,
explain
you know
why
what?
Dallas fans all the more are fucking spoiled brats. Okay, let me tell you.
Why are we
let me,
spoiled, boys? Why? What did I do?
Wait.
What did I
More
do?
spoiled than Spurs fans? I have to ask.
Spoiled, rotten
What?
fucking fans. I'm gonna tell you why. Because
Okay, tell me.
the whole time with the Giants, I am sweating and shitting things that I shouldn't be shitting for 3 fucking hours.
Well, that's
unnatural things are coming
You
out
gotta
of my
get a
body.
colonoscopy if you're shitting
Stressed.
stuff you're not shitting, bro. Just
So I'm so fucking stressed, as every Giants fan is, of watching this team over and over and over just be like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? Because we don't know how to just blow out teams. We know how to barely scrape by. Dallas fans are up like 170 to fucking 6, and they're mad about the 4 points they didn't get. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not
mad.
Hold on. They're not
I'm
the
not
only
mad.
fans mad about that. Everybody that took the over on the game is pissed that he didn't hit
I
one
was
of
gonna
those.
say, man, yeah.
That's
Seriously.
true. One dude literally won
Think about the
500,000
Vegas. Think about Vegas.
because of the 4 missed field goals.
The over-under
You
on
see
the
what I mean?
game was 45.5 points.
And one guy took under. He bet 100,000 and got 500,000.
Yeah.
Like,
45
Wow.
points total scored, but half a point. If Harry hits one of those extra points, that's basically like the longest bad beat
won.
ever for a game. So,
Yeah.
but back to what you're saying, yeah, Dallas fans
Yeah,
just can't be
he had a-
happy that their offense dominated, right? So,
Yeah, like take your Cowboys are winning a playoff game. Like that is
Thank you.
astronomical.
Yes.
Just rock with it. Fuck it. Who cares? It's a
I
good
mean,
problem to have.
but they beat a bad team. Like they did the
No.
same thing that we. Yeah.
Okay, well, first off, Mike,
You can't say
relax.
that. Mike, we all
They're in
picked
the
Tampa
playoffs.
last week, including you.
And
So
y'all
we can't
all
say
picked
they're
Tampa, so shut your fucking mouth. They're a bad team. You picked them, asshole.
I know I picked him. I picked him because
Okay.
Tom Brady's
Okay, well, do you
undefeated.
blame us, dude? Like,
No, I don't blame you.
it's
I don't blame
Tom
you.
Brady. The Cowboys hadn't won a road playoff game since when? You know?
Tampa is not a
Well,
Tampa is
30
not
years
a
ago.
bad.
Yeah.
Tampa is not a bad team, Melissa. That's going too far. I think Tampa's
Yeah.
not a bad team.
Yeah, they are.
You know,
They're
Tampa had been
injury
playing better
riddled.
towards the end of the season, and you know, granted, after the Philly game, yeah, Dallas they beat Philly great. They didn't look all that hot against Tennessee's scout team. And
I
then they
agree.
came in with everybody against Washington, and the communists destroyed them. So it's look at that. Now, was that game probably
Dallas
potentially a
played
wake-up
really
call?
good.
For sure. Yeah.
I think Dallas just played really good that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys, they proved they deserve to be there because they just beat the Bucks. They destroyed them
For
on
sure.
every part of the ball except the extra points. And they, I didn't think. I mean, before this game, I wasn't sure they deserved to be there. I really wasn't, and now I believe they are. So.
I mean, the problem.
And look, I'm not
Go ahead.
mad that Maher missed the field goals. I'm shocked because he doesn't normally miss extra points. He was 29 of 32 through the season. So when he misses one or two, all right, well, what's going on? He missed 3 and then he missed 4. He's never missed 4 extra points ever. So it's not that I'm mad about it. We're still blowing the Bucks out at that point.
You are.
Shocked.
I mean, it's the same thing that we did. Like, we literally, both of our teams blew them out. You know,
That's
that's what I'm saying. It's just like
it's great. So
go ahead.
at the end of the day, the game was dominant. We won a playoff game. More importantly, won a road playoff game in 30 damn years. So I am excited that we did that. We had the bad luck Blues on. Didn't matter. Still won. So that curse is gone. 30 years gone. It was fantastic. I'm so glad that someone in the Cowboys organization heard my pleas last week. JC was like, do something to hype your team up. No, I'm going to plead with my team. Please, win a playoff game for me. Please. And they did it. The offense came out, played great. Defense came out, played great. They combined everything into one solid performance. And I will say this, and I haven't been able to say this about Dak Prescott in a very long time. Dak Prescott played phenomenal. 0 turnovers, 5 touchdowns. I don't know what else to ask for.
He played his literal best game. There is definitely no argument to that.
Yeah. Now, do the Cowboys still believe in Maher? Well, they did sign a kicker to their practice squad. Tristan Vizcaino played in a few games this year for the Cardinals and the Patriots, has been signed to the Cowboys practice squad. If a team really wanted to make sure the Cowboys didn't have a kicker available, let's say the 49ers, they should sign Vizcaino off the practice squad and put him in a kicker, but I think the Niners are set. Anyway, they're still backing Maher as the kicker, but if he potentially struggles in practice, they have Vizcaino on the roster ready to go if need be. So,
just a little friendly competition to let Maher know, hey man, you gotta make these field goals, buddy.
Yeah,
gotta do that.
You know, it's funny that one day he misses all those field goals. They replace the kicker, but Dak leads the league's in interceptions, and you don't ever talk about Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
Funny how that works.
You gotta talk to Jerry about that. Jerry's like, I overpaid you, so now because I overpaid you, you have to play. That's Jerry Jones' mindset.
And again, I don't even think Dak's been like the problem. I'm just saying that he should have. That was just a really bad look about throwing your helmet, getting all pissed off, and
saying go for fucking 2 when how many?
You know what?
He did.
If he's yelling at the coach to go for 2, then okay. But you shouldn't be shitting on your teammate. Like, you should have been supportive.
Yeah,
completely agree.
Because he was hurt for a while this year, and then he comes back and leads the league in picks. Like, I would not be talking too much if I were you. That's just me.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you just go over and you show support and then you move on. But yeah, I'm with you.
Now, Tampa, Rob's not here to give his end of season report card, and maybe he'll be back next week to do that. But in the meantime, what grade would you guys give the Bucs season?
I give him an R for retire, as in Tom Brady. Is that an option?
Well,
I give him a C plus.
Okay.
Give him a C plus. They won a bad division.
Yeah, for sure. 8-9. I feel like we have one of those every year, right? So, Tom Brady, though, is this it for his career, or if he stays another year, where does he go? We'll kind of go around and ask that.
Okay.
DJ, what about you?
So here's my thing. He has got, if he wants to come back, we don't even know yet. But if he comes back, he's got to get to a situation where he's got a stout offensive line. Because one thing I'll say about the game against the Cowboys, he looked old in that game.
Yes.
The offensive line is not good, and our defensive line absolutely ran roughshod on them the whole game. I mean, we had someone in the backfield damn near every play, and you saw Tom Brady gets one person pressuring him, he just throws the ball away, underthrows balls, overthrows them, throws them behind receivers, whatever the case may be, just throws them away. I mean, he tries to throw it away out of the end zone, can't even do that, and gets picked off. So he's got to get somewhere that has an offensive line that can protect him and give him 1 to 2 seconds to just hang out in the pocket and then throw it. If he can get that, I could see him coming back. But if he's not going to get that, there's no reason to, because he's just going to get his ass kicked next season again.
He's damn near 70. What more do you want from him?
Well, I mean, seriously, he doesn't need to do anything else. I mean, 10 Super Bowl appearances, 7 Super Bowl wins, 5 MVPs.
He literally sacrificed his family on an altar just to play.
Exactly.
He's probably going to play another year or two.
Phil, what are you thinking on Tom Brady?
I think he's staying in Tampa.
Really?
I don't think there's anything there. The team is not strong offensively. They're horrible defensively. To bring up the same thing, I could see him going over to Miami. I don't think he wants to leave Florida, to be honest with you. And Jacksonville's not looking for a quarterback, but I think he wants to stay there in South Florida. And I could see him maybe going over there on a short-term contract.
I never did think about Miami. That's an interesting one. Nori,
He didn't let go. Sean Payton was there though. I don't think he played for McDaniels.
Yeah, he might with that offense. You never know. Nori, your thoughts on Tom Brady? What he should do?
I think he maybe goes wherever Sean Payton is going to go. I think that's possibly San Francisco, which they shouldn't if Purdy holds up and does what he's supposed to do. But the Brady flirting with San Francisco thing has been it's been happening for a long time.
The coach, Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm.
Shanahan's not leaving.
I think. Let me rephrase. I think if it's Shanahan's not going anywhere because Shanahan is he's fine.
Yeah.
But I think he flirts with San Francisco, or him and Sean Payton team up with the Raiders, or I don't know.
Wow, the Raiders are getting rid of McDaniels, unfortunately. So, what about Arizona?
I can't see it.
What team?
Huh?
I can't see it.
I don't know. I mean, they're hiring a new GM. They are in the running for Sean Payton. They need a new coach. I don't know what about Colorado offensive line wise, obviously, but
I don't think they're ready for Tom Brady personally.
I can't see it. I can't even see Tom coming to San Fran. Honestly,
no, not with Purdy. So
no,
yeah. No, I'm thinking Miami, Tampa, or he's done. I don't think he's leaving Florida, and I think he's even considering resigning now and legitimately considering it.
Well, the last time this came up before he signed with Tampa, the Raiders looked like there was going to be the spot. And that's come up actually this year. People were wondering, because he had said previously in an interview, that's who you're going to go with? Oh, okay. Then he signed with Tampa. Raiders looked like it was where he was going to go. And then ultimately they stuck with Derek Carr, Now, the Raiders are looking for a quarterback. Josh McDaniels, yes, is the coach, but Brady excelled under his offense when he was in New England. So people are talking about the Raiders. My problem with the Raiders is I don't really know how the offensive line is, and that is a hell of a division you're walking into.
Correct.
Could you imagine that division with Tom Brady in it? Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson with a better coach, Tom Brady, and Herbert.
Yep.
I mean, that's a lot of prime-time games. So
it would sell some tickets.
Yeah,
that I can tell you.
It would. Some people in Nashville are thinking Tennessee, and I'm like, that ain't fucking happening with our offensive line. No fucking way.
No.
Yeah. Ryan Tannehill runs for his life every day.
Yeah, and that's a decision Nashville's gonna have to make. The Titans are gonna have to make if Tannehill stays. Obviously, they did just hire Rand Carthen as the GM, pulled him from the Niners front office, and that. Interestingly enough, what is it you said, Chicken Wing, about draft picks coming with this?
We get 2 compensatory draft picks for that hire.
Oh, compensatory. Okay. I was like, I ain't coming from Tennessee. Now, did you see Trey Lance's tweet, though?
No, I haven't.
apparently, Carthen was instrumental in the Niners drafting Trey Lance, and it sparked some potential trade rumors between the Titans and Niners for Trey Lance.
Would you go for him?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, you get, yeah.
They
Lance
would.
has to get the fuck out of there, and 49ers should just take whatever they can
The
get.
Niners have Purdy. I mean,
Right.
Trey Lance would be a great backup. Obviously, Jimmy G's gone. Tannehill we don't know how healthy he's going to be. The Titans have to make a decision on that contract he has coming up. Trey Lance is an upgrade over Malik Willis. It's not to say Malik won't get there, but I don't think he's right now a starter in this league. But if Tannehill is gone, if my quarterback competition is Dobbs and Trey Lance, I think I feel good pretty either way. So obviously the Titans are going to be hiring a new offensive coordinator, new offensive line coach, making a bunch of hires. They got a new GM in there too. He's going to make some moves. Amy Adams Strunk is, might sign off on that. Don't know what draft wise the Titans would give up for it, but I'm down if you want to build around a young quarterback with who can still hand the ball to Derrick Henry. It's not a bad spot. So
Basically.
yeah. So that's an interesting potential trade rumor, but trying to convince the Niners to give up a pick. I think they traded up for him, right? So
They did.
Yes.
so
Yeah, I think they gave away like 1 or 2 first-round picks.
So yeah, I mean, if they're going to stick with Purdy, they might find a way to get some of those picks back for Trey Lance, and that could be a potential landing spot.
They'll probably give him a second and third.
Yeah.
Asking, because Tennessee's not going to give him a first.
No, for sure. So, as far as Brady though, I would like to say he retires, but I don't think he's ready to hang it up. And is it sad for me to say that I feel like he's might be the kind of guy whose career just goes down in injury? That's what I worry about with him.
To me, he didn't sacrifice his family for nothing. So
yeah, I worry about that with him. I mean, he's had a career. He's a storied career. He's going down as one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I think that's the crazy part is he's the GOAT. I don't think anybody is arguing that at this point.
Yeah. What more do you have to prove? I mean,
Yeah.
you've had an amazing career. I mean, I don't know what the alimony is. I think your ex-wife makes a lot more money than you ever did.
She does. She does. That's correct.
She's Brazil's greatest export, for crying out loud. But, he's got a broadcasting career. Wouldn't you guys love to see his insight very similar to the way you get Tony Romo's on TV, or maybe he gets some sort of a Peyton and Eli kind of appearance or something like that, I don't know. He's got a career in that if he wants it. I would think he would retire and he'd be happy with where he's at, but if unless you're going into a deep Super Bowl contender that has a decent offensive line, I just don't know if there's one out there for him right now.
I think he stays in Tampa because that division's so fucking weak.
Yeah, but he's got to get some weapons around him because that's a hell of a fall off in 2 years. Like, you literally won the Super Bowl 2 seasons ago. You got to the the NFC Championship last year, or was the NFC Divisional Round? I can't remember.
It was divisional.
It was divisional, and then you're completely you made the playoffs, but don't sleep on Atlanta. I mean, they overachieved despite it. Carolina's set up way better now that they got rid of Baker Mayfield, and then the Saints are the Saints. So I don't know.
It's not as bad as the Rams. They went from Super Bowl champion to
Nothing.
That's true.
That was just a typical Super Bowl curse, though. The Rams.
I've never seen it that far off, though, man. That's crazy. That's I've never seen a drop off that bad since the Bulls dismantled their team after winning their 6th championship, and then just that was it. So, we'll see where the Brady saga goes. I'm sure he won't make a complete decision until, who knows, like a week before the draft, because he likes to just hire the drama out there as it is. So, let's see. No additional coaches got fired, surprisingly. Thought we might see a new one in Chargers pop up.
Yeah.
But some new draft position has been decided as well. We had talked about the first 18 last week. So 19th in the first round is going to be Tampa Bay. Seattle will then pick 20th. 21st pick would have gone to Miami, but they are forfeiting that pick. So the 21st pick is actually going to go to the Chargers. The 22nd pick will go to Baltimore, and the 23rd pick goes to Minnesota. So, and the rest will play out as the playoffs go on. So,
Playoffs.
yep, playoffs.
Playoff.
Playoffs. I mentioned the Titans getting a new GM. I believe the Cardinals hired a new one too. They got Osenford from the Titans front office to be their new GM as well. So Monty Osenford. So a couple new GM hires. Nothing on the coaching side just yet. In the meantime, though, how about Cliff Kingsbury? Going to be living off that guaranteed money for a good while. He's out in Thailand now.
One-way ticket to Thailand. He's like, I'll come back when I feel like it.
How long before we see Kingsbury in anywhere? Maybe a year? Because
What? How long? How long is he going to get paid by the Cardinals for doing nothing?
was it 4 years? I think. How long was
Well,
that?
shit,
extension?
it's 4
So,
years, JC.
Yeah,
This one's.
I'm just like, I might just take a year, just chill. Me and the hot wife just going out to Thailand, chilling out. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, divisional round, guys. Here we go on it now. Our bracket predictions. All of us pretty much, I believe, have chalk on this one. I think Rob actually picked Cincy coming out of this weekend as the only potential upset. But for the most part, I think we all said KC, Philly, Buffalo, and San Francisco are winning.
Since he beating the Bills too.
You had Cincy beating the Bills, did you? Oh, yeah, you did. That's right. Yeah. You and Rob had Cincy beating the Bills. That's true. Do you still feel confident about that after this weekend? Phil?
That game's a toss-up.
Yeah.
They're both just powerhouses, but Josh Allen seems to have a lot more bad games than Joe does, so that's kind of what I'm leaning it on.
Okay. All right. Well, your Jags are opening up the playoffs again on a Saturday. Going to KC. The Chiefs are favored by 9. Phil, what are your Jags? First of all, how confident are you with your Jags in this one, and what do they have to do to win this?
I was looking at this game a lot, go figure, but so the over on this game I think is 53, the over-under, and it's going to be a very high-scoring game. Casey gives up a lot of points. Jags give up their fair share as well. I see this game being at the 60-point range, so if anyone wants to take that bet, I would suggest that. I think also that 8.5-point line is pretty wide. I see this being a one-score game, possibly, a field goal difference, just based on the way that team's coming together. They are on all cylinders right now. As long as Trevor Lawrence does not do what he did the first half against the Chargers, which I don't think that's a likely scenario. But if they keep it close, it's going to stay close the entire game. I expect a great game. I'm still not confident that we're going to pull this one out because KC just looks amazing. But I think we're definitely going to give them a run. Win an Arrowhead.
All right. Anyone thinking that the Jags have a shot here? Do they keep it close, or is just Casey going to run away with this one?
They keep it closer than people think, honestly.
Yeah. Within the spread?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Jacksonville does have a coach who actually won a Super Bowl, who outcoached Bill Belichick in the Super Bowl. So, I think you also go with, especially in the NFL football, we should have learned it's not the best teams, it's the hottest teams, and Jacksonville is extremely, extremely hot. So, I think it'll be very interesting.
For sure. All right, Nori, your Giants are headed to Philly. I know you picked Philly coming out of this one when we did our whole bracket challenge, but if you had to pick this game individually, the Eagles favored by 7.5. What are you thinking now?
Now I'm a lot more confident. I feel like the Giants, this is a very winnable game for us, honestly. I really think we could beat Philly. They didn't look that great. um, we're a lot healthier than we were when we played them. Um, and it's really hard to beat the same team 3 times. And even though we're not all as talented as San Francisco, you know, I think the talent
Right.
discrepancy is not as big between like the 49ers in Seattle versus the Giants and Philly. Um, I think I really do think they're a very beatable team.
Okay. Anyone think the Giants can pull this off? Besides Rory?
I don't think they will, but I believe that it's going to be a close game. I'll pick it back off what Nori said. Look how good they looked against Minnesota. You go on the road, you beat it. Well, I mean, we know we all have our faults with Minnesota, but we can't take anything away from them. They won their division. The Giants had to travel there,
Yeah.
and they won. They're healthy. Their defense looks good. Daniel Jones is playing great football right now. So yeah, they definitely have a shot. I don't know that the spread should be where it is. I feel like it should be smaller than that. But yeah, I've got Philly winning, but this will be a close one. And if the Giants pull it out somehow, it won't shock me.
Yeah, I think our Giants are very, very capable of beating them. I mentioned it earlier, and I think both them and the Jags, neither one of those wins would surprise me if it were to happen. I'm not changing my picks, but neither win would surprise me.
That is the Saturday games, which both feature the number one seeds in each conference. Jacksonville at KC will be on NBC at 2:30 Central Time. And, I'm sorry, 3:30 Central Time, and then the Giants at Philly, 7:15 p.m. Central Time on Fox. Sunday, Cincy at Buffalo. An emotional game. The last time this happened, it was the Monday night game that wasn't due to the DeMar Hamlin injury. This time, though, it's taking place in Buffalo. And just reminder, if KC and Buffalo win this weekend, the AFC Championship game will be at a neutral site, which I believe is Atlanta. Is that what was decided?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what they said. Yeah. So 2 p.m. Central Time on CBS. I can't change my pick anyway, but I'm still thinking Buffalo's going to come out ahead with this one. I think last week was a wake-up call for both teams, but Buffalo, I feel, showed why their offense was so good. But yeah, the biggest thing is Josh Allen just got to take care of the ball. So
Yeah,
when we picked this game, I believe for the Monday night game, I remember picking Cincinnati to win that one and really confident about that. But Cincinnati has not looked the same since, especially this past weekend in the wild card round. So, but Buffalo, it's going to be more emotional game, and I think the Bills are going to ride that at home. So, now, Phil, you picked Cincy. You're sticking with it, I believe you said. So, and yeah, but I think the spread, it might be about right. Buffalo by 5. So, now finally, we're getting a minority matchup here. Dallas at San Francisco. We're gonna, just for fun, pick this one like we normally would. So, DJ and Chicken Wing are gonna pick this one last. Phil, you're gonna go first. Who are you picking on this one and why?
Well, I already said I eat my words before about Dallas. I owe DJ an apology. I was giving them no credit last week, and they proved me wrong, like very, very convincingly. All that being said, I'm still not gonna think they're gonna pull this one. I don't think they're gonna pull this one out. Stanford is just looking too hot now. Purdy is he's a rookie. He's looking like he's playing like he's not a rookie, but we all know these don't last forever. He can have a bad game, and there are other weapons and a lot of other things around in San Fran, but I, I don't think Dallas is going to be the one to end it for him.
All right. Nori, your thoughts?
I think Dallas beat up on a pretty mediocre Tampa team. I know I picked them, but it was more, I think, Dallas's choking playoff history than the talent deficit. Um, I really think the 49ers are just going to throw it fuck them. Like that's yeah. I don't think this is
Damn,
going to be as
Nori.
close as people think. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Because
Jesus Christ,
if you
man.
struggled last year with the 49ers team that limped their way into the playoffs and got hot,
Mhm.
now now you're going up against a team who is much healthier. Their defense is
Yeah, that's solid.
disgustingly good. They're playing hot.
Mhm.
They're beating good teams. They added Christian McCaffrey. It's just like you made the 94 Bulls better. Like it's kind of fucking wild. It's like the rich got richer. Honestly, that's how I feel. And I don't and it's not just the Cowboys. I think the 49ers are going to fuck everybody up. I think that what they did to Seattle is an indication of what they're going to do to the rest of the league. So don't take it too personal. But that's truly what I feel about that game. I don't think it's going to be close.
I think Dallas is going to keep this close throughout, and the Niners are going to pull away in the fourth quarter. That defense is just unbelievably good this year. They're riding a huge win streak. They're just a machine right now. And yeah, the Brock Purdy. I mean, frick, you had Paul Heyman cut a promo for the guy for crying out loud. But this is like the marquee game of the weekend. This is like almost a revival of the old rivalry of the 80s and 90s, the Cowboys and Niners. So I think Dak is going to impress, but I think the Niners are going to get a late turnover and really kind of pull away from this one. So don't ask me about the kicking game. I'm a Titans fan for crying out loud. I never have faith in anybody's kicking game, especially my own. So
Yeah. I wouldn't leave that alone. Yeah, that's not for you.
Well, DJ, let's talk about this game. What are you thinking?
So I picked the 49ers to win, and I'm not going to change that. I do feel more confident in the Cowboys watching them be able to play a complete game because it's been a while since I've seen them play a complete game. You have, one side of the ball doing well, but the other side not, and then vice versa. We saw a complete game on Monday night, so that gives me much more confidence. I'm with you. This game will be close throughout, within a touchdown, within a field goal, something like that. But the Niners are going to make one more play in the fourth quarter that will give them the win. I will say this, though. The fact that the opportunity is there for us to, 30 years later, go to San Francisco and beat them gets me excited.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know that we'll be able to pull it off. I hope we can. At this point, I'm going to stick with the Niners.
Now, the other half of this Edwards minority matchup, Edwards Bowl, whatever you want to call it, chicken wing. What do you got?
Yeah, the second favorite, yeah.
Bang Bang Niner Gang. Fuck out of here. 990. Like, why is this even a question? What is wrong with you people?
You're not even being realistic. I love it. It's fantastic. This is going to be a great weekend.
I want to say I asked this last year this time when you guys were playing the wild card round, but I'm going to ask it again. What are you guys wagering, if anything, on this game?
We're not. No wager.
Not on this game. I've already taken care of my debt for the bet for the regular season. So
of course.
Now,
I honestly think
though, if the Cowboys eliminate the Niners, should that flip? Because it's like you took over that prestige there, So
Nah. But
I'll have to. We have to revisit that, Mike. We'll have to revisit that. I mean, we go to your house and beat you, and it's basically the 30th anniversary of that happening. I mean, there's got to be something. We'll talk about it.
No, we're not. But anyway, I honestly think that the winner of this game is winning the NFC Championship.
Even if it's against the Giants?
Even if it's against the Giants, it does not matter. I think the winner of is the legitimate NFC champion.
Yeah, no, we're not. If we beat Philly, we're gonna shit on Dallas.
You ain't gonna do shit. You're gonna go back to the fuck
what
home.
is the Giants' record in NFC Championship games, Nori?
When we played Dallas the first week and still not playing bad, we only lost by 7. And the second time we played them, we were missing half our team.
But what's the Giants' record in NFC Championship games?
I don't know, but I think it's pretty good though.
If I'm not mistaken, you're undefeated in NFC Championship games. The Giants are.
I don't think we are.
I believe you are.
I mean, it'd be a nice stat, but I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I mean, I have a question, Nori. What's the Giants' record against Dak Prescott?
I don't think we've beaten him.
Okay.
What's okay? So
I
I
was
got one
wondering.
better for you. How many NFC
Okay.
Championship games has Dak Prescott won?
Oh my god. Oh, you guys aren't even playing
Between
each other.
7
This shit
years.
talking's
No,
begun.
I don't. We have
Let me just
no. We're
remind
not
you
even
something.
playing each other yet.
Dak has been playing
No,
7 years.
relax.
Daniel, my friend Daniel Jones,
Daniel, no, you're friend. I
my
thought my
friend,
wife is-
the mother
I
of
thought
my
it was my
children,
wife.
the mother of my children, Daniel Jones, okay, has he for 2 hours tied Dak Prescott in playoff wins and has been playing less than half the time in the league. I wouldn't be so confident if Dallas has to run into the Giants. I'm just saying.
Nori, let me do this. I think you and I should dial it back a little bit until we're actually playing each other. Let's wait till that happens.
I mean,
Fair
but
enough.
you're not
We can do
though. It's gonna be the Niners
Right. We're not going
and
to get that
and the
opportunity,
Eagles.
unfortunately.
Yes, Niners
Yeah,
Eagles.
you have a point.
If you beat the
Somebody,
49ers, you talk all the shit you want because it's just
But
not going to
they're
happen.
not though. Like, why are you taking his side? Stop this!
I'm not taking a side. I'm not taking a side.
I swear you're taking his side, bro.
Mike, all he's doing is telling you what will happen if we do, because you know good and goddamn well, if we win, don't turn your fucking phone off. Don't do it. You're getting a phone call immediately, and quite frankly, after I end that phone call, I'm going to call you right back after that.
If they beat the 49ers, I might have to leave the planet.
Oh my gosh.
It's true. If Dallas beats the 49ers, Dallas fans are going to become insufferable real quick.
Fucking sufferable.
But you know what?
Football
You
guys.
all said it. Not me. I won't do that.
No,
No,
fuck
no.
you.
Mike.
No,
Not
fuck you.
anybody else.
You're gonna definitely do that. The
If
moment
you
it
had
says double
Twitter,
zero.
you know you'd be trying to contact Stephen A. Smith. I know that for sure. So
All right, football gods, I am calling on you. I will sacrifice anything you want, even the woman.
Even your life?
Whatever it takes.
Especially the wife. Especially the wife.
Whatever it takes. I don't need
for
you
those
insufferable
wondering,
man
Chicken
blowing
Wing
up
is
my
currently
phone.
separated from his wife until after this game on Sunday afternoon. So
Shit, I already filed for divorce, bro.
you
Papers
fucking
are
liar!
already in.
Shut
bro.
up.
Papers are already fucking in. Yeah, fuck you too. Fuck out of here. Get out of here.
I love it. This is
You
great.
do.
Oh, that's great. Great content, guys. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this week's episode of the Sports Minorities Podcast. We'll be back next week to recap the divisional round, see if we're going to have 1 or 2 end-of-season report cards, maybe 3 if Rob's awake there, and we'll take a look ahead at the conference championship weekend. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be a neutral site? What is going to go on here with this one? And if Jacksonville wins this weekend, sorry, the conference championships are on Sundays. Sorry, Phil. So,
Jags in plus 8.5.
I mean, I would take Jags plus 8.5. I think so. So, if I'm betting in Vegas,
So you ain't betting me.
Yeah.
No.
You said you're not a betting man.
If I had the money for it, right? Bad economy. No. All right. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us. Once again, I'm JC, your resident Titans fan. Joining me this week is R.
Chicken Wing, the forever champion. It's gonna happen. The prophecy will fulfill itself.
Yeah, it's a forever champion. I'm the one that won the picks this regular season.
Bitch, Jimmy G's gonna take us to the promised land. It's gonna happen, bro.
Whatever, dude.
What is he driving the bus?
The Brock Purdy. Yeah.
Whatever it takes, bro. Whether he's driving the bus, flying the plane, he's
He
taking
bought
us,
tickets to
Well,
Arizona.
yeah, unless Jimmy G got his
Very
power, I
nice.
don't see that happening. But.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Nori. Super excited about my Giants. If they lose to Philly, they lose to Philly. Philly was supposed to be the better team anyway. I'm super happy. My team. I don't know how many. It's been a very long time since the Giants won a playoff game, over a decade. Not just got there, but won. We broke the curse of the boat, so we're done with that. And I'm super excited for this franchise. And of course, fuck Dallas.
Love you, Nori.
Love you too, baby.
Love you. Yeah. DJ here, Cowboys fan. Looking forward to a fantastic game this weekend. At the end of the day, if we lose, it's understandable. But if we win, I don't want to say I'm going to become insufferable to everyone, but Mike, you are in danger. That's all I'm going to say.
And you said danger.
D'Angelo Robinson.
So I have to say for that, from the only team that has gone from first overall draft pick to winning a playoff game in history of the NFL, I'm feeling pretty happy to be here. In fact, as far as I know, the season already ended at halftime last week. So everything here is just bonus for me. It's all just bonus. I was already reckoned it in my head. So it's feeling great. And if we pull off KC, there's no stopping us, in my opinion. So we may be coming for the Niners even yet, but we still got this tall order in front of us.
Well, and don't forget you eliminated the Titans from playoff contention.
God
Don't forget you did that.
Thank you, everyone, for
Good
joining us.
luck.
DJ can kiss my fucking ass.
I guess I'll make our second playoff win because that was a winning round too.
That was.
That's true. That is true. They are the AFC South champions for a reason there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. For the foreseeable future, I might add.
Oh.
Fuck you guys. All right, we'll catch you next week on the Sports Minorities podcast. Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at Sports Minor Pod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities. Search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time. I do miss
Or
him,
cocky
Brian.
enough. One of the two.
I
Yeah,
still
I
wish
don't
he was
think-
in
I don't
Jacksonville.
think. Yeah. Well, of course you do.
Yeah. Just like I miss Bill O'Brien in Houston. Greatest Texans coach ever.
We all do.
God,
He actually was a good coach. I think you forget that. He was a good coach. He was just a shitty GM.
No, he was a better GM, I think. You know. So.
He's a better GM.
Both JC and Phil would agree. Yeah, he's
Yeah, right, Phil?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
the greatest.
Just like the Colts should keep Jeff Saturday, right? You know.